I'm Eris. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be starting the back to school series. But for the first video, we have a high school senior advice video. I know in my last video, one of the questions for the Q&A was a senior advice video. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off the back to school series with a senior advice video. If you guys want any more advice videos for like freshmen in college or like any other grade in high school, then let me know because I'll be happy to make a video about it, especially during back to school season. So just let me know. But without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Okay, so the first tip I have is to have fun. Go to prom, get involved in all the activities that y'all do. If y'all doing class picnics, class pictures, all the pep rallies, homecoming, please just have fun. Like, this is your last year, live it up for real. Just have fun, because senior year can be really stressful. So just make sure that you're taking the time to actually embrace your senior year and just to have fun. Next thing I would say is to stay involved. Make sure you're involved in sports or like different activities at your school, just so you can have a better portfolio for college, so you can be more of a well-rounded student. Colleges look for that, and you just want to make sure that you have personality in addition to the grades, your test scores. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure that you're involved in school so that you can say that you're not just academically involved, but you're also an all-around student, like a student athlete participating in like a spirit club or an arts club, stuff like that. The next piece of advice that I have is to see your counselors often. Like, my counselor was such a big help. Like, I absolutely love her. She helped me with my scholarships, recommendation letters, making sure that I had this and this ready for my college year, just to make sure I'm emotionally prepared as well. Like, if you need to vent about everything that you're stressed about, make sure you go to your counselors, because senior year can be really stressful. But make sure you're going to your counselor often, just so you can stay on top of your college stuff as well. They also provide a lot of college advice, so if you need tips on what you need to do to help move in, or like if you need tips on what to expect in college, they can help with that too. This kind of ties into the last one. Make sure you get to know your teachers and you like staying in touch with your teachers, and you're creating a relationship with your teachers, because they will help you a lot with your recommendation letters. You're going to need at least 2-3 recommendation letters for every college that you attend. You can use the same ones, but you at least need 2 to 3 teachers for a recommendation letter. So make sure that you're staying in contact with your teachers, making a good relationship with them, you're behaving in class, all that, because you're going to need them, like, for real. Also, the teachers are a lot more lenient in senior year because they know that you have a lot going on. You're applying to colleges, scholarship essays, all types of stuff. So they're a lot more lenient, at least mine were. And they know that you're going to get stressed out. So just make sure you have a good bond with them so that they can help you throughout this entire process. Next thing I would say is don't stress about college. All that college stuff, like the essays, the recommendation letters, the scholarships, don't stress too much about that. Don't stress about how you're going to find a way to pay for college. Like, pray about it and let it go. Like, literally, like, you got to make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, so you can't keep stressing and overwhelming yourself about the little things. Not that applying to college and stuff is little, but you just got to make sure that you're taking time to yourself and you're not overwhelming yourself with the stuff that you think is important, more important than your mental health. Pace yourself. Don't write all your college essays in one day. It can be over courses of time. And a lot of college applications, they also have later deadlines, so you don't have to meet the deadline right away. Make sure you're pacing yourself. Like, maybe like write one essay a week or so. Like, just give yourself time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? This is a big one. Use free application week to your advantage. Like, I think it's around October-ish. So make sure you're applying to colleges during free application week. A lot of colleges participate in that. So I would say take it and run with it for real. Like, apply to as many colleges as you can during free application week. You don't need to matter if you like had them on your radar. Just like, you know, just apply to as many colleges as you can during free application week, because those application fees are not it. The next advice that I have is to take good senior pictures. Like, if you're involved in like sports, take pictures with you being in a sport. Like, if you play volleyball, have your volleyball jersey on, have a volleyball in your hand, and take a picture. If you play baseball, football, have a football, baseball bat in your hand, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to have good senior pictures, because for me, I messed up the packaging. Like, I picked the wrong package, so I only got like one senior portrait, and that was the one with the drape, like just the regular one. I'm gonna insert a picture. I didn't get a good senior portrait type thing, and I regret that. So make sure that you are taking good senior pictures. Make sure I was involved in too much stuff. Like, I could have took pictures with in anything. Like, I had volleyball, I had band. Like, I could have taken pictures with all of those, and I didn't, and I regret that. So make sure you're taking good senior pictures. The next bit of advice I have is to take college courses. Like, take AP classes, dual enrollment. I'm gonna make a video about AP versus dual enrollment, like I said before. But make sure you're taking college classes, because them credits them credits will rack up. Like, I'm technically going to be a junior next semester because I took college credits in high school, and I took a lot of college courses throughout my first year of college. So you want to make sure you're racking up those credits. Take as many college courses as you can. I wouldn't say overwhelming yourself, especially if you're like trying to fit them in senior year because you didn't take them in your past high school career. But make sure that you are taking AP college courses because it will help you a lot. And I would say if you're going to take them senior year, I would say take 1 or 2. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like I said, I took a bunch of them since 9th grade. I've taken AP government, I've taken AP world history, I've taken AP literature. I should have taken AP psych because that's what I needed for my major. I didn't even know that, but I should have taken AP psych. I took AP biology. Like, I took AP French for a little while. Make sure you racking up them credits because it will come in handy for real. Like, make sure you're doing dual enrollment or AP classes. Personally, I would do dual enrollment. If I had to go back, I would do dual enrollment because that's just easier for me. Like, AP classes, you literally have to complete the whole course, then take a test. You fail the test, it's like the whole course didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? But if you take a dual enrollment class, that's you taking a college course. If you get a C or higher, that's it. And I'm not failing no class. I always get a C or higher. I rarely get C's. So I'm going to pass that class. But I should have taken dual enrollment because I would have racked up so much more stuff, like, for real. Also, I took a health class, too. I took a CCBC health class for a little while. I had to drop that because of some issues, but, yeah. So make sure you're taking AP classes and dual enrollment classes. The next bit of advice I have is your nerves and anxiety is all normal. Whether it's good or bad anxiety, good or bad nerves, it's all completely normal. Like I said, senior year is going to be really stressful. And it's okay for you to feel overwhelmed and for you to feel stressed out, but you can't let yourself sit in that stress and that overwhelming state. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're taking time to yourself, taking a lot of breaks, and just taking care of your mental health first before trying to deal with everything. Because like I said, it will get stressful, it will get overwhelming, but you have to take time for yourself. The next piece of advice that I have is to go on college tours. Tour every college that is on your list because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Like, this is the place that you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life at, and these are some of the best years that you're going to have in your life. So make sure you're picking a place that you're comfortable with and that you feel at home with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure you're touring all the right schools and you're picking a school that resonates with you. You also want to learn everything you can about the college. Like, make sure that you know what activities they have, what majors they have, what their classroom size is like. Like, you want to know all the information so you can make the best informed decision as possible. My next tip of advice is you do not have to have a major going into college. If you're stressing about what major you want to go into and you haven't picked one but you're applying to colleges, you can pick undecided. Like, it's okay to go into college and you not know what you want to do yet. Honestly, your first year or two of college is just general education courses anyway. So you can always pick a college major later. You know what I'm saying? So don't stress about that. Relax. Pick something that interests you. Pick something that you think you will want to have a career in. You can always test it out, change your major. Like, you can always do that, but you just want to make sure that you're not stressing about it because it's not a decision that you have to make right away. It's not something that's going to determine your entire college career after that. Like, no, you can take time to pick your major. So don't stress about that too much. Know yourself. Know your limits. Know what you can do, what you can't do. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like, take as many breaks as you need to because burnout is real. Exhaustion is real, and that it gets to seniors. So just make sure that you're taking breaks, you know yourself, and you're pacing yourself, and you're just taking time to yourself to reflect and relax and just rest because you don't want to be overly exhausted. You don't want to be overwhelmed. You don't want to be stressed out. The next piece of advice that I have is to take advantage of early release or half schedule. So for me, my mom would not let me have an early release schedule or a half schedule. She said that school is my job, so I don't need to be not in school. I wanted to get a job during senior year too. She would let me do that because, like I said, school is my job. So, but I would definitely take advantage of having early release or having a half schedule because it can be a lot of benefits. That's a break for you to do whatever you need to do, to rest, to do some college stuff, apply to some essays, apply to some scholarships. It's just a lot less stuff going on, and you have more time to yourself, and you have more time to like just slow down and take things at a pace that you want to go. So I would definitely recommend taking time, having an early release schedule, or having a half schedule, like going in on one day and then skipping the next day, going in one day, skipping the next day, or having like you take 2 classes one day, you take 2 classes another day, or you know what I'm saying, or have all your classes on one day and then no classes the next day. So yeah, just take advantage of that because I wish I could have, but yeah. The next piece of advice I have is a really big one. Make sure you're applying for the FAFSA. That is free money from the government that you do not have to pay back. That is more scholarship money that you're racking up for yourself. And you just want to make sure that you're getting all the money that you can to pay for this college, because college is not cheap, bro. Even if you're in state, like for me, my college tuition is at least $22,000. So you gotta rack up what you can. My next piece of advice is to have a good senior quote. See, my high school did us dirty. We all basically had the same quote. Even if I applied, I wrote like a senior quote that I wanted, and it still didn't come out in the yearbook the way it was supposed to. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know what was going on with that, but they did not put our senior quotes incorrectly, and it really pissed me off. But if you're gonna have a senior quote, and if your high school is really into that, make sure you have a good one. You want to make something that is positive, and it can be funny, it can make people laugh, but you just want to give it all positive vibes and just have people have a positive reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you're picking a good, appropriate senior quote. The next piece of advice that I have is to participate in Spirit Week, pet rallies. Make sure you're going to the pet rallies, the homecoming, like go to prom. I swear this is where you're gonna make the memories and have the best experience ever. Like, don't be that dry person who don't want to do nothing because you think it's corny or cheesy. Like, it's not. Like, it's you having fun, you showing school spirit. This is your last year. You're not coming back to that high school. You're not doing this again. This is the last one. So you want to make sure that you're participating in everything that you can, making memories the way that you can. Like, for me, my pep rallies were so lit. I was performing in the marching band pretty much the whole time, but it was so much fun. And the spirit weeks were really fun too. Like, you get to dress up as like your favorite TV show character, or bring everything but a backpack, or gender swap day. Gender swap day was so fun, man. Like, oh my gosh. So make sure that you're having fun and you're participating in the activities that your school is providing for you. My next piece of advice would be to, if you're committed to a college already, make sure you're joining the group chat so you're talking to people, you're getting to know people and everything. Like, that's how I met my roommate. I met my roommate through this app. It's called Zemu. I'm going to put it on the screen. It's just an app where you get to know people and you get to choose people that go to your school and get to see what their interests are. You can text them, get to know them and everything. That's how I met my roommate. It was a really good experience. She wasn't a terrible person. Like, we got to know each other really well. It was a really good app. That's how we found each other. So I would highly recommend joining the group chats. And you also get to get to know people early. You get to start bonds and create bonds early, create friendships early. Like, you get to know people before you're actually on campus, and y'all can always link the first day in school or whatever. Like, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So just make sure you're joining the group chats and getting to know people. The next piece of advice that I have is to apply to as many scholarships as possible. They have scholarships for everything. They have scholarships for if you're left-handed, if you're a first generation student. Like, make sure you're applying to everything that you qualify for, because like I said, them scholarships are gonna rack up. That refund money is gonna hit. Like, I'm trying to tell you, if you have money left over, you get that in refund money. And that was money that you can spend for you, for dorm stuff, for anything that you want to do throughout the school year. So just make sure that you're applying to as many scholarships as possible. My next tip of advice would be to choose a college where you feel at home. For me, I did not feel at home for UMES. UMES that was probably one of the only colleges I actually got to go on a tour on. I didn't feel at home. But for me, I felt like it was a place where I could grow, and it could turn into a place where I felt at home. And I feel like that was good enough for me. Like, if I feel like I can grow there and I can change there and I'm going to have a positive growth, then I feel like that's a good place for me to be. And with me being so young when I attended college, not being so young, I was just like a year younger than everybody else, but with me being younger than everybody else, it was really a good space for me. It wasn't too big. Like, I could get around easy, and pretty much everybody on campus. Like, I really like that about that school, and UMES was a good choice for me personally. My first choice was actually North Carolina A&T. I've never visited there, but that was my school that I wanted to go to. That was the school where I knew that if I stepped foot on that campus, I knew I would feel at home there, because I was just so invested in that school. But like I said, UMES was a school where I felt like I could grow and nurture myself, and that's good enough for me. So make sure you're choosing a college where you feel at home at. That's the place you're going to be spending the next 4 years of your life at. The next piece of advice that I have is to not skip class. Do not skip class. There is no point in you skipping class and you're a senior. Like, you barely have any classes to begin with, so why are you skipping class? There's no point in you skipping class at all. Like, it just don't make no sense to me whatsoever. You need certain requirements to graduate, and if you don't have those requirements, then you're not going to be able to graduate. And there are people like that in my high school where they weren't able to graduate because they didn't have certain requirements. So make sure you're not skipping class. Make sure you're getting to know your teachers and building a good bond with your teachers. So like I said, you're going to need them for recommendation letters, for scholarships, all that. So just make sure that you're not skipping class and you're going to class every day, have a good attendance and everything. Okay, we're coming up on the last two pieces of advice. The second to last piece of advice that I have is to don't feel pressure to attend an HBCU. Especially for my black folks out there, my black brothers and sisters, do not feel pressure to go to a HBCU. If you feel more at home at a PWI than you do at HBCU, or you feel like the PWI is a better choice for you, then go to the PWI. I know there's a lot of pressure on black students to attend an HBCU just because they're black. Because everyone in your family went to an HBCU, you gotta go to the HBCU. That's not the case. If you don't want to go to an HBCU, don't feel forced to go. Go where, like I said, go where you feel at home, and that's just that. Like, you're going to be the one spending the next 4 years of your life at that school. Not your family, not your peers, not your boyfriend or girlfriend. Go where you want to go. Period. Like, don't feel pressure to go to an HBCU. Would I recommend going to an HBCU if you're a black student? Yes. Highly recommend. But don't feel pressure to go. My last piece of advice that I have is to keep God involved in your life at this time. It's going to be really stressful. Talk to God. You're going to feel like everything's moving too fast. The change is coming too fast. Pray about it. Let it go. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't stress yourself out. God wants to be involved in your life. If you feel like you're getting stressed out, you're getting overwhelmed, talk to God about it. If you feel like you don't know where you want to go to school, ask God to give you a sign, and He will. He will talk to you. I promise you. Like, you want to keep God involved in your life, especially during this time, and He will be there for you. Like, you can do anything that you want to do through God. Like, for real. Keep God involved in your life. And just pray about it. Pray about all the college stuff. Pray about all the changes that is going through your life right now. And I promise you, you'll be 10 times better off. That is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed today's advice. And I really hope I helped some of you guys. And I really hope that you guys have an amazing senior year. Live it up. I am so proud that you made it this far. You are going to do great things in life. If nobody has told you before, if no one has told you recently, I am proud of you. You are doing everything that you can, and you're doing it well. So make sure that you're just taking time to yourself, take breaks like I said, and just keep doing you. So that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the post notification button to notify every time I post a new video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
For you, I do that 3-4 times again. I testify for you. I'm so that like you, that bitch. I do it all in a